Dear friends and members of AmCham EU, Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear Susan Denger and AmCham EU team, happy 60th anniversary. I'm very sorry that I cannot be with you in person today, but I did not want to miss this opportunity to thank AmCham EU for 6 decades of bridge building across the Atlantic. In these years in Brussels, there's something I have learned about you. You are not only deeply committed to the transatlantic partnership, you have also been unwavering in promoting greater cooperation between the United States and Europe, regardless of the political climate. I remember, for instance, the early months of my mandate. Back then, the relationship between Brussels and Washington was going through tough times, but you never got tired of reminding us how closely linked our two continents are. Our economic ties are unbreakable. Our security is indivisible. Our destinies are bound together. No one understands these links better than you in the transatlantic business community, and you have been an essential advocate of transatlantic unity through thick and thin. That is something to be grateful for and to celebrate especially today. Today, transatlantic cooperation is more intense than at any other time in our recent history. I have experienced this firsthand at the political level. From that fateful February night of 2022, when Russian troops rolled into Ukraine, and together with our American friends, we crafted a common transatlantic response to the invasion, to the recent G7 in Japan, when we agreed to de-risk, not decouple, our economic relationship with China. Today, on all global issues and in all global fora, America and Europe always sit on the same side of the table. This new era in our relationship and partnership hasn't only been forged at the political level. You in the business community have a leading role in moving our friendship forward. Let me mention just 2 examples: energy and clean tech. When Russia attacked Ukraine, Europe finally decided to break free from its dependency on Russian fossil fuels. It was the right thing to do, but it was also incredibly challenging. President Biden and I signed an agreement to step up Europe's imports of LNG from the United States. And the private sector immediately stepped in. The result is described by your latest transatlantic economy report. US exporters supplied more than 3/4 of Europe's additional gas needs in the critical months following the outbreak of Russia's war. The United States accounted for over 50% of Europe's LNG supplies in 2022. You have shown how true friends behave in times of crisis. And you have demonstrated the power and the potential of our transatlantic partnership. For the years to come, Europe is grateful to also have America at its side, and especially for having a strong partner in the United States when it comes to developing the clean energy sources of the future. And this brings me to my second point: clean tech. Both the United States and the European Union have stepped up investment in the net zero industries of the future. Yes, the US Inflation Reduction Act has raised some concerns here in Europe, but in these months we have shown that with the right policies, we can strengthen our clean tech industrial bases on both sides of the Atlantic. And data show that this is already happening. The number of US investors putting their money in European clean tech companies has risen 7-fold compared to a decade ago. you are already building a common transatlantic space for clean innovation, creating the well-paid jobs of tomorrow on both sides of the Atlantic, and making clean tech more affordable for the whole world. Energy and clean tech are just two examples of our deepening ties. There are so many others. From cooperation on emerging technologies in the Trade and Technology Council to closer cooperation on critical raw materials, I believe we must seize this moment of extraordinary cooperation. And this is why we're working to organize a new EU-US summit in the fall. We must consolidate our recent achievements so that they stand the test of time, whatever the future may hold for our two continents. And for this, I also count on the business community's contribution, because you are the true engine of our partnership, with your vision, your investments, your contribution to our shared democratic values. So today, I want to thank you not only for your leadership over the last 60 years, but also for your continued engagement to shape this new era of transatlantic friendship. Happy birthday, AmCham EU, and many happy returns.